Hello, my name is Artem Daniliants, and as always, a pleasure to be here in Estonia. Just awesome country. And here, being on the ship, well, of course we could have gone to Paris or something, but staying in the dock is also as good. But hey, oh, we went far ahead. So, I represent a company called LumoLink, and we do online in all shapes and forms of it. We do development, so we actually make this stuff. We help companies market it. We also provide consulting, training, and so forth. And we have offices in Finland and in Russia, and we're trying to expand and grow our business also in Estonia, which hopefully will pick up even further, and we'll be able to see maybe a lot more of you guys. So, mobile is changing everything, and looking at you here, many of you have your mobile device on the table. Some of you are using it right now. It's just changing the way we think, talk, communicate, shop, and so forth. And if you think about it, the staggering thing that I personally think about all the time when we create solutions for our clients is that 60% of the time we spend online is on mobile device. There have been times where...
Sorry, what country? Is it all Europe? Or?
This is the aggregate data. So this is an average. I would say that it's a developed countries, so Europe and US. Yeah. So if you think about it, before some companies could ignore mobile, but now when you think about it, it's not anymore something that you can say, oh, we're going to do mobile sometime later. We don't have a mobile strategy, but next year, now is the right time. And if you think about it, another thing that is really important in terms of number is that retail, normal companies like restaurants, shops, shopping centers, whatever. If you think about it, local searches, mobile local searches, 80% of them turn into conversion in some form or another. So that means when I'm searching on my mobile device for a restaurant, most likely I will go and choose and pick some restaurant where I will go. If I want to see a certain shop that sells something, I will most likely walk in that shop. So mobile local is really, really powerful and really, really big. And if you think about it, in survey done by Google Insight, which indicates probably more of US market, but we can do a test here. If you had a chance to buy something online and there was a really good app for it, where you could just click one button and it would come because you inputted your address, and you could return the product if you didn't like it. So if you had that kind of app, would you prefer using that, or would you use your desktop? How many of you would feel safe to buy online, on mobile? Okay, yeah, so we did a little statistics of our own here in Estonia. Okay, so if you think about mobile marketing in general, if we, use the general terms of it and what we can utilize in mobile, one thing is really important is location. If you think about it, it's very different if I do a search on my mobile device, when I'm, for example, in Finland and I search for a restaurant in Estonia. It's very different compared to where I'm already in Estonia and I do the same search. Location provides context. So, for example, when I shop for a certain shopping center, when I'm far from it, probably I search for something like opening times, location, but where I'm actually inside the shopping center, I probably want to see different things. What kind of stores there are, is there a place to eat inside, and so forth. So location provides great context. That's actually a screenshot from my trip to Paris And I use TripAdvisor to get around, since obviously I don't need a guidebook. I think I have everything in my mobile device thanks to cheap roaming prices. So, walking around in Paris felt pretty safe because there was an app that just showed you which direction to go. As long as you follow the direction, you would arrive at the place of destination. That's all. And making use of location, the simplest way probably is to utilize it in your own website. Probably all of you have a website. And you can, using latest technology, ask for a mobile device to provide you a location. So basically, you can ask for location and change content of the website based on that location. You can, for example, serve information regarding opening times, or provide nearest coffee shop, or you can even change sales arguments. If somebody is searching somewhere abroad, then maybe, if you're a hotel in Estonia, you could provide different arguments compared if person is searching actually in Estonia. So another thing that I think is really, really awesome, and something that's been bothering mobile users a lot, and there have been different solutions, but I'm proud to say that, for example, there are now technologies that allow for very precise indoor mapping and location. So if you think about it, you have that GPS. Yeah, it's awesome, great. But when you go inside, that's it. It's useless. Just throw it out the window. But now there's technologies, and one of them, for example, is Indoor Atlas. It uses magnetic field of the Earth to map a location. So you can actually get a location inside the store within like 1 meter accuracy. Limitless solution, if you think about it. Imagine airports, imagine shopping centers. You could just imagine huge stores. It could guide you to the milk, or where's the ATM, and so forth. And if you think about mobile users in general, they're goal-oriented. That means that if you search for something online using mobile device, you have a goal in mind. When I search for today, once the conference is over, I'll probably search for somewhere to eat. And I'm not just browsing. I actually feel hungry. So I have a goal. I want to eat. And mobile user goals are usually, when they do local searches for places nearby, it's usually, is it open? Can I give it a call? How much does it cost? What are the reviews? And you can leverage that by creating, finally, good use for Google+. You can create a Google Plus profile for your company. And there, you can describe all the information. So when people search on Google for your business, they can see all the relevant information, and they can reach their goal without even visiting the website. They can see direction, is it open, are there good reviews, and so forth. And sometimes, especially when you're in the bus or in the metro, you don't have a goal. How many of you have one app they use to waste time? One app. Do you have an app that you use to waste time? Okay. Maybe you have a few. But anyway, for me personally, it's Reddit. I don't know if you know, but Reddit is a collection of links, and it's just never endless sea of information you can just tap into. So the thing is that you have to understand that there is that need, so-called, to waste time and stumble on cool stuff. So if you're a retail provider, you could create an application where user can just browse. Endless scrolling. We're so used to scrolling down. And if you make an app where it asks you just a few questions like, what is your sex, what kind of colors you like, and so forth, and then it just gives you options for clothes. Just endless options, never ending. This is a good, I think, strategy to sell some, clothes for women, I think. So, one good example is really simple that you could try yourself. something that could be taken further, but still, I think a good example is visitestonia.com website. There is a cool feature that could be developed much further, but once I'm in Estonia, I sit in my hotel, just thinking about things to do, go to the app, click, shake it to Estonia, because I don't have anything to do, and I just shake my app. And then my wife comes and she's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm learning about Estonia. So you shake the app and then it gives you a random fact or random thing to do in Estonia, You could go parachute, gliding, you could go visit museums and so forth. So basically you shake an app and it gives you information about something you can do in Estonia. Like go visit a fancy place or go on a shopping spree and so forth. I think it could be developed much further, but when you create an app for a person to, spend time in, personalization is the key. It would be awesome if the application or the website would ask what I like to do. So for example, I'm afraid of heights, so parachute and me maybe don't mix a lot. But if you learn about the user, you can offer really cool stuff to the user. And if you offer a way to just browse and stumble on cool stuff, there is a good opportunity to increase sales. So mobile users are impulsive, and a good example is there is a Chinese company that sells very cheap apparel, something that you can buy for, I think here an example is 13 euro, which is not a lot, but they, could have made a website and they could have done traditional marketing, but they created an app. You log into the app, it asks you a few things. Do you like gadgets? Do you like clothes? Do you like this kind of stuff? Do you like sporty things? Do you like car-related accessories? And that's it. After that, you just scroll. You just scroll, and there is no end. I mean, those retailers really produce a lot of stuff. So you just scroll until you find something nice. And when you find something nice, they play on your impulse. They give you a discount, and they say you have 9 minutes. If you buy now, inside 9 minutes, you'll get it half price. And then you're like, well, I don't know if it's my size, if it's good, and then they show you reviews. Good reviews. People are like, yeah, it's really awesome. And then they say, and it's free shipping. Then you're like, okay, free shipping, and free returns. You're like, okay, fine, that's it. Another one. And then that's how you spend 100 euro in 15 minutes. So, another thing is really important to remember is that we actually use our mobile devices to create content for ourselves. How many of you have an Instagram account? Okay, very good. So, and if you think about it, it'd be awesome if people shared our brand message. It'd be awesome if people shared our advertising message, our ads, and so forth. But if you integrate your company message into person's own content, you can actually make people share your advertisement. So here is an application called Application. It's an application developed by a tourism company to promote Lapland. So, and it's really simple. How many of you have seen Northern Lights? Okay, but there are a lot of people who've never seen Northern Lights. I mean, talk about US, other countries. So, application allows you to just take your camera, point it anywhere in the sky, and then it shows live Northern Lights upon your sky. So you could just walk to the balcony and just raise your phone and you can see Northern Lights. And then it shows you how many kilometers until Lapland. So, and then you can take a picture, share it on social media. Really cool, simple, but I would rather share that than if they ask me to share Lapland poster. And mobile phone obviously comes with the camera, but in a lot of cases we don't really utilize it all that well. if you think about it, oh yeah, we can scan QR codes and so forth, but I don't know if you heard about the IKEA case. I think it portrays really well what you can do. IKEA tried something different. They created an app for which integrates into their paper catalog. So basically what you take, you open a paper catalog, find a chair that you like, and then you put the catalog in your room somewhere. You put the device, open, and it projects the chair onto your room. So you can see how the chair would look in your room. Then you take a picture, send it to your wife, and she says, no, it's totally wrong color. But still, you can actually utilize that camera, and there is much more chance you will buy it because you know how it looks in your house. And then again, what I think is really smart, they could have done it without the catalog. They don't really need it. But this way, everybody wanted to try the catalog. So I think it's a really smart way to try and do something with it. Another way is to reach our mobile users is to think about being online. We're always online with mobile device, except we're not always online. There is metro, there is roaming costs, and so forth. So in many cases, applications leverage that, and they provide offline functionality for functionality that usually requires online. So if you think about offline maps and so forth, it's really popular. Trip guides. So for example, if I had a tourism company, I would think about developing something offline, city guides and so forth, to promote my services. And well, I guess just something to keep in mind is that mobile users hate filling out forms. Just horrible experience. And then you click refresh and everything is gone. Just want to die a little bit inside. So anyway, so in mobile, just remember, ask people to log in once and just try to make it easier. Use context, location, whatever, make assumptions. Just get rid of the forms. And I think what is really interesting is that we have so many women now gaming on mobile device. Just insane amount of women spending time on their mobile device playing. So, and women like to buy, for example, clothes and jewelry and bags. So maybe there is a way to mix the two. And I think one example is that something as simple and cheap as SMS. Why not have a game where you sign up by sending an SMS message, and then for a week you get a trivia or something, and you get random discount. And some discounts could be crazy, so people write online and say like, oh my god, I bought a free bag or something, I don't know, I'm really out of my comfort zone here. And sometimes you get a 20% discount, a free coffee when you purchase whatever. So for a week you have a chance to get, something that you don't know yet. You just subscribe and you play. You kind of win a discount or something else. That's it for me. I think mobile is one of the most interesting things that happened lately in terms of marketing, and just don't skip it. It's not enough to think about mobile, for future. You have to use it now, and there is a lot of opportunity to just grow sales. Thank you very much.